There's been a lot of focus on streets, and we both attended the last city council meeting where they had a consultant talk about the streets. And as he was telling about the streets, Councilman Savage asked him, well, how does Abilene compare to other cities in size? And the consultant asked him if he really wanted the truth. And of course he did. He paid $57,000 for the truth, so hopefully you're going to get the truth, right? And he said, Abilene's the worst that they've ever studied. And he said a comparable city is Waco, Texas, and Waco spends $7 million a year on their streets. Abilene spends $700,000 on the streets a year, which is 1/10 of what Waco does. Okay, so my question to you is, how on earth are you going to fix that enormous problem?
So that whoever's the next mayor of Abilene is going to have their hands full. You got to remember, he said that Waco was the second worst set of streets he's ever seen. So that's just to get us to a better state, and that's just what he actually said was the $7 million is what it would take to maintain the streets at our current position, not to improve them. Remember, we passed $55 million in street improvements 2 years ago. And I think the average voter thought, oh, that's going to take care of our streets. It's going to take care of about 15 of them. Didn't have anything to do with day-to-day maintenance and keeping up. I really can't explain why they decided that doing away with maintenance and just replacing the roads was a good idea, because it's part of what the experts were very adamant about, that it's much cheaper to maintain them than it is to come back and have to put a new roadway in there. It's going to take a combination of three things eventually. Number one, we're going to have to quit spending money on pet projects. We're going to have to tighten the budget. We're going to have to prove to the citizens that the city government is willing to do what they need to do. Number two, we do need to grow our economy. We do need to increase our tax base. And number three, ultimately, when it comes down to the end, we may have to do another bond issue or whatever. That's not today. I would be embarrassed to go to the voters of Abilene today with a bond issue. That comes 3-4 years down the road after the city government's shown that we're willing to do what we need to do to take care of our part before we go back to the voters and say, oh yeah, approve another $100,000 in bonds to add on to the debt we already have. $100 million, I'm sorry. That we're pretty well capped out on taxes. We really are. That's the situation we're in with $455 million in outstanding bonds that don't pay off to the year 2043. We're pretty well capped out. Now comes this, that those streets are our day-to-day quality of life, every day. And it's hard to attract new businesses in Abilene when they drive around for a period of time and start to question, what are we getting into here? You can't hide that from somebody.